Dear Microsoft community, dear student ambassadors, dear guests, I am enlightened to welcome you all to our second Microsoft NextGen Heroes session with the topic of Lead in Tech, Microsoft Learn Student Ambassadors. So basically, today we will be talking more about the Microsoft Learn Student Ambassadors program, what are its benefits, how you can join, and also how you can have fun during this whole process. Also, before starting the agenda, wouldn't like to forget our proud sponsors from Microsoft Learn, from the MVP program, and also our biggest supporters, Microsoft Zero to Hero. With the agenda, the first thing that we'll have to do today is we'll have a proper introduction of all of us. So all of you who have missed the first session, now is the time to meet us again. The second section will be dedicated more about what is MLSA, some general stuff around the program, and some interesting facts. And the third and the fourth part will be dedicated to the requirements on how you can join the program and also how you can advance the different milestones that this program has. And finally, we'll do a sum up of everything that we have said in these previous four sections, and we'll make an special introduction to the next session, which we'll have on the 10th of October. Okay, so let's see who are the guys who are standing behind this whole project, this whole Microsoft NextGen Heroes community, and let's properly meet them. So, hello everyone. I'll go first with myself. My name is Bojan Ivanovski. I am currently pursuing my software engineering degree at the University American College in Skopje, Macedonia. I am also a Microsoft Learn student ambassador, and together with Nicholas and Marco, we are trying to spread tech vibes everywhere we go. I hope that in the today's community call, you have heard about us, about the Microsoft NextGen Heroes community, and also about the Microsoft Zero to Hero community, which we are all proud members of. And also, I would like to say that I have a few passions of mine when it comes to technology. I'm currently very into DevOps and Azure, so I like to use Docker and Kubernetes as tools for containerization and orchestration for apps, and also I would like to deploy these apps on my favorite cloud provider, and that is Azure. So I wouldn't like to take long, and I would like to give the floor to my dear colleague Marco so he can introduce himself.
Thank you, Boyan. Firstly, hello to everyone and thank you for joining us for this event. My name is Marko Atanasov and I am currently pursuing my degree in software engineering at Finki, also at Skopje, Macedonia. With my experience in the IT world these past 2 years, I quickly found my love for DevOps and the tools that are being used on the everyday basis by a DevOps engineer. I would also like to mention that I love being part of MLSA and Microsoft Zero to Hero community because I have made a lot of friendships and have also improved my professional life as well. I like to keep things short and compact, and that's why I will let Nicholas tell you a bit more about himself. Nicholas?
Yeah, thank you, Marco. So my name is Nicholas, and I'm 21 years old. I'm currently studying data technician, specializing in infrastructure in Denmark. Apart from that, I'm also working as a support consultant at a consultant company. And my free time, I'm using a lot of my time diving into Microsoft Intune, blog about Intune, and speak about Intune at events as well. So yeah, together with Marco and Boyan, I'm a part of Microsoft Zero to Hero and Student Ambassador program as well. So yeah, and also I will quickly say that our dear colleague in this program as well is on from vacation. So I think that's pretty nice to see that everyone wants to be a part of this. So yeah, let's get started. So before we can get started with the session today, I will quickly give you guys an introduction to Microsoft Learn and how it can help you improve your learning journey. So, as we have mentioned in the first session, we are currently a part of the Microsoft Zero to Hero community. So if you haven't joined that community yet, you can join it at aka.ms/learning rooms. Oh, I'm sorry, join zero to hero. And in there will be around 6,000 members together in the community. And it's a great chance for you to engage, but also be a part of something bigger as well. The only thing you have to do is to fill out the form, and then you will be automatically welcome to the community. Apart from Microsoft Zero to Hero, there's also other learning rooms as well in the community. So if Zero to Hero doesn't have something that fits your passion, um, you can take a look at the other learning rooms as well by browsing to aka.ms/learning rooms. And as well as Microsoft Learn is a very good place to start your learning journey. So if you're starting to pursue a certification, if you just want to learn, or perhaps just join the community, the tech community is also available. So you can find all that information at aka.ms/Microsoft Learn community. So that was a little bit about the Microsoft Learn. So let's get started with the session.
Exactly. So now we get to the main topic of this event, and that is Microsoft Learn Student Ambassadors. Basically, MLSA is a community where students like you and us get the chance to learn, to lead, and inspire others through technology. It's not just about coding. It's about becoming a leader and building your personal brand while you learn. In this community, you will get the chance to work on projects that enhance your technical skills in areas like cloud computing, AI, web, and app development. And these projects not only help your hard skills, but also give you hands on experience and expertise with the cutting edge Microsoft technologies. You will also, while doing these projects, you will also get the opportunity to plan and host events just like us, or maybe workshops, hackathons, maybe tech talks. And these events will also improve your public speaking abilities, your event management, and leadership skills that are valued at every company. My experience with MLSA was a bit confusing at first, but once I found my way in the program, it became the greatest thing I did for my career. Uh, with the tools provided for free by Microsoft and with the free courses from Microsoft Learn, I was able to make countless projects that made me stand out from the competition, and accelerated my career a lot. So I have a question to you guys. How is your experience with MLSA?
Yeah, so basically, together with you, Marco, I think my experience was also a little bit confusing at first. But then you find out how friendly the community is, and how willing they are to help you. So there's also some great guidelines as well. But yeah, I think overall, I think being a part of the student ambassador program has really made me grow both on soft and technical skills as well. Um, so yeah, it's really been a nice experience, and some unforgettable memories.
I would also like to agree with both of you because MLSA also opens the doors for me, and it also opened the doors for my future career path. Together with Marco, especially, we have did so much together, many projects, many different events, many amazing times that we have spent with the Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador. So I would tell you all that this is not only just a community; it's more than a community. And also the thing that I like about MLSA is that you can voluntarily do whatever you like, so you're not obliged to do something at strict times. So you manage your time. You decide when you're gonna work, when you're not gonna work. So it's pretty much flexible and it doesn't take much time. So you do what you love and you do it in your free time. So I think that's the biggest benefit for me. And also, guys, whoever of you are current student ambassadors, you can also write us in the chat. How was your experience in this special community? And also, let's hear some opinion of you guys. And for our experience, these are some photos that we have made during the events that me and Marco have made. So this was a very special project for us because we have collaborated closely with a mentor, with an MVP mentor from our country, who helped us during the process of making our first project. So our first project was called Azure in a Flash, one-click GitHub and Terraform deployment, in which we deployed a three-layer app to Azure using automation tools such as GitHub Actions and Terraform. I would say that this was particularly amazing experience with a lot of people who attended, especially students. And through this events, we have visited more than four universities across the country. So, yeah, I would say that this is something that I would like for all of you to experience and to try it out at least to see how it feels. And if it's the right fit for you, then you can just continue make events. Or maybe if it doesn't fit you, then you can find yourself in many different paths that this program has. So the world is yours to explore.
Yes, exactly. And I would also add to Brian's statement that in our field of work, sometimes sitting alone doing projects can get a bit lonely. But this was not the case once I joined MLSA, because in this past year, I had the chance to connect and collaborate with a global network of like minded students. And this community also allowed me to share knowledge and work on joint projects, which made learning a lot more fun. So that we're really grateful for Microsoft making this happen, Zero to Hero making this happen. And yeah, how about you, Nicholas? What did you do? What did you get up to?
Yeah, so before I tell you guys about my experience, I can see there is a viewer saying that being a gold ambassador really opened doors, especially into my technical professional career. So he's really looking forward to get involved in NextGen. So yeah, it's very awesome to hear that it's not only us that has this experience. And yeah, when I'm talking about my experience, this is also about um, like getting connections in the community, but also getting to know people. So if you don't have an internship or a job, this can definitely help you a lot, especially if you are attending events. It can be both virtually, but also in-person events. So yeah, some of my pictures here is the one from the right picture is from where I was out eating together with two Microsoft MVPs and a Microsoft employee. Um, and also the two others is the one of the two others is also from my first in-person talk in the UK. And the last one was from an amazing event at the Microsoft headquarters in Copenhagen. So it's just to illustrate to you guys, take the chances, meet up at the local meetups, and engage with all the peoples there. It might seem scary at first, but I promise you guys it will be worth it once you get some connections within those areas. So Boyan, there is some requirements in order to join the program.
Yeah, exactly. So typically, the requirements are not that hard to fulfill. So I have made a list, like bullet points, so that it will be easier for you to understand how you can join this program. So typically, you would need to be a student, which is currently enrolled in an academic institution such as a university or college. Also, you would need to show genuine interest in technology, learning, and especially sharing knowledge with others. You need to demonstrate that you want to be involved in communities. So whether that should be like with volunteering or participating in hackathons or so on. So this is like the thing that Microsoft Learn Student Ambassadors, I would say, like the most. And finally, in order to fulfill this requirements, you would need to fill out an application, which you can find at mlsa.com. in which you would need to fill out the personal information, the academic institution name, and also some Microsoft related info like your Microsoft Learn account. And to make the things easier, I have made a video in which I would show you now how registering for this program goes. So firstly, you can find this website on whichever your browser you're using. You can just type mlsa.com and you can log in with your Microsoft account. If you don't have one, don't worry, it's very easy to create. So here you click Get Started, and after you click Get Started, you will see here there's some bubbles in which we have the descriptions of the things that you need to do. So firstly, you have the program agreement. The program agreement is a very important part, and that's why I advise you to read it carefully. There is information here that is very important, such as the thing that you after registering here, you would be redirected to the Discord group, which I'll explain shortly how that process goes, and also for the privacy policy term, you would need to read it also that carefully, because here it says that you would need to be at least 16 years old at the time of the registration. You would need to be enrolled full time in an accredited academic institution, and also you shouldn't be a part of you shouldn't be a Microsoft employee or also a contractor. So read this carefully. There's very important information here, and after you do this, you can just continue. After this, you would typically see a field which says that Nicholas, you can just like scroll till the end, I think. Uh, there, yeah. Okay, let's wait for the video to end then. Okay, so here's the process. You click Get Started. You read these notifications very carefully, as I said before. And here I decided to skip the personal information, also academic institution name, because those are personal info that you would need to fill out, and it's very easy. And that's why I skipped till the end. And here you can see, you can make a review of everything that you have written. So your personal information, the academic institution name, some additional information about your Microsoft Learn account, and finally, you would need to click submit. So this is only the first part of the registration. Now we'll see the second part.
There is, before we continue, Brian, there is a question from
Yes.
Koketsu asking how long would it take for you to get approved?
Well, typically the time for approval is, I think, measured in days, or maybe sometimes you would immediately get an email if you are accepted or not. But the thing is, the acceptance rate is very high, so don't worry. It's a student program, so you're not obliged to know stuff like I don't know some specific requirements. So you need just to fulfill these requirements that I have set. Now let's continue to the second part of the requirements to join. Here you would after you receive the official invitation from MLSA, you will be redirected to a special Discord group, which is also hosted by Microsoft. Here is the main part of your registration, because you would need to complete certain tasks, which Marco and Nicholas will explain them later on very descriptively. Also, you would have in this Discord, you would have specific channels with different topics. So these channels will be mostly about technical help, advice on how you can run events, or maybe if you want to chat with some other ambassadors, there are also some channels about that. And you can find some seniors there, some alumni who are ready to help you whenever you need. Also, you can ask us for help, because we are also in the group of senior ambassadors. Furthermore, you can gather information about upcoming events, some interesting workshops maybe, or webinars. And lastly, you would have the chance to connect with other ambassadors who are trying to join the program and are the same as you. So these are typically the requirements. And now Marco will explain you the first step of fulfilling these requirements.
Exactly. So, after getting into the Discord, these are the activities you will need to do. Basically, you have a choice of three paths, and you should complete one of them. So, we will talk about these paths in the next slides, but I want to tell you first uh, the only mandatory task you need to do, and that is the technical onboarding for MLSA. Basically, you'll need to complete a set of learning modules on Microsoft Learn that cover the essential technical skills. Uh, these modules are designed to introduce you to key technologies like Azure, AI, cloud computing, web development, and more. See, these modules are like short courses. They are interactive and hands-on, so you will practice what you learn. And after completing the training, you will need to showcase your user skills by participating in a short, and this helps you apply and see if you can apply those learned skills in real world situations. It's not about just passing tests, it's about being prepared and making your life in the program much easier. So yeah, I will let now Nicholas tell you about the next paths.
Yeah, there is, before we continue, there is a question. So what is the difference between NextGen and being a Gold MLSA? So basically, being a part of the Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador program is not the same as being a part of NextGen. We are a completely separate community, the NextGen community, and the Student Ambassador program is hosted by Microsoft. So we are just a voluntarily community, and the Student Ambassador program is something completely different, run by Microsoft. I hope that answers your question. So the first path you have to complete in order to join the program, or one of them at least, is the community influencer path. So what is the community influencer path? Basically, the community influencer path is about attracting audience, but also drive engagements towards your contributor ID. And that could be all from sharing knowledge from with a link from Microsoft Learn, but also from GitHub as well. Um, and the way that I would recommend you to attract audience with your contributor ID is to maybe share specific knowledge from Microsoft Learn with your community. It can be writing a blog post where you include um, links from Learn, or from a GitHub page where you include your contributor ID um, in the URL. And when people click on that URL, it will count to as a visitor. And at the moment, the requirement for visitors is around 250 preferred visitors. So that means you need to have at least 250 in order to be accepted into the program. So it's important to that one thing I have to say is that you cannot only get one guy to click 250 times on the URL. It has to be unique visitors. So that was the community influencer path. So the next one is the startup advocate path. So if the community influencer path doesn't fit you, or if you would like to try something else, the startup advocate path might be something for you. So basically, the startup advocate path is about helping startups getting registered for Founders Hub. And the Founders Hub can give some really great benefits for startups as well. Some of the benefits that I can mention is $150,000 worth of Azure credits, but also access to OpenAI if you are registered for Founders Hub. So yeah, this is a really perfect path if you know any startups, or if you uh, know a community of startups that might benefit from Microsoft Founders Hub. And the way you have to do it is when they're registering, you have to use your contributor ID in order to count that towards your student ambassador registration. And before we continue to the next path, Eric has a question. So does this apply for someone who is currently employed? So the student ambassador program, as I mentioned before, is for students that are enrolled into a full-time academic institution. So if you're not a student or if you're not enrolled into a full-time academic institution, you can unfortunately not sign up for the student ambassador program. I hope that will answer your question. So yeah, Marco, community builder path.
Exactly. Thank you, Niklas. So basically, to follow the community builder path, one of the main tasks is to complete the technical training and reach a target of 1,500 learning modules. Now, let's break this down. We will start from cloud skills challenges. Basically, cloud skills challenges are learning competitions hosted either by you or by Microsoft. These challenges are designed to help you learn new tech and skills through hands-on modules on Microsoft Learn. It's like a guided study plan where you complete different tasks and projects that teach you about some sort of technology you choose. What about those 1,500 new learning modules? Basically, a module is a learning unit on Microsoft Learn that covers a specific topic or skill. To reach the goal of 1,500 new learning modules, you need to host cloud skills challenges, and your attendees and yourself, you should complete those new learning modules. My tips for you to get started is first get your contributor ID. As Nicholas explained, that is your tracking device, and it tracks your progress towards entering MLSA. And then after that, you should host cloud skills challenges. It should take you a couple of them, and through your contributor ID, once you complete those learning modules, you will get to the goal of 1,500, and you are into the program. Also, a side note for the community builder, this is not available right now, but it will be really soon because it's a work in progress by Microsoft. So stay tuned about that. So yeah.
Also, before going to the milestones, I would like to say and to clarify some things about the contributor ID. So, when I was starting the program, it sounded, a bit unclear of what exactly the contributor ID is. So, specifically, you get the contributor ID when you get into the Discord page. So, it will be sent by you on mail, and from that you can copy it, and you can just add it to the link that is shared with your resource. For example, you have a GitHub page in which you maybe do some projects. You would add this contributor ID at the end of the link. So it's very simple. Okay, nevertheless, let's go on. So advancing milestones. This is, I think, the most fun part for every student ambassador, which is it's interesting, fun, and you learn and you just advance higher and higher in the program. So as a student ambassador, you really have the whole world on your hands. So when it comes to event organization, free learning resources, mentorship programs, and also certificates and badges, knowledge sharing, and so on. So all of these stuff are available to you to create, to imagine, to develop, and finally to show your skills and what you have learned on a special event that you'll host in the Microsoft Learn Student Ambassadors community. So when it comes to event organization, I would say that it's really fun, and you would need to speak at least 20 minutes for the skill that you have obtained through the Microsoft Learn courses, or maybe through something else. Also, for these skills, you have different learning resources which you can use for free, and you can find them at the Microsoft Learn website. Also, there are some special mentorship programs in which you can mentor other new student ambassadors who had recently joined the program, and you can guide them on how they can complete different milestones. And for all of these, you would receive suitable certificates and also some official Microsoft badges. For the certificates, you would receive them both digitally and on paper. You would receive typically the beta one and the gold one on paper as official Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador certificates together with your swag packs. For those, Nicholas will tell you later on. Also, the most important thing for me, and I think for all of you here, is that you would share your knowledge with other guys who want to learn this skill, or also with that, you can contribute to different Microsoft communities, such as we are doing with Microsoft NextGen Heroes. Also, you can participate in different hackathons, challenges, or whatever you may like to do in MLSA. Finally, these last bullet points are meant for you because through all of this stuff, you would enhance your soft skills. And at the end, the thing that we all want is to have an awesome job opportunities from companies that have a good renommee and also an amazing experience behind them. So that was the case for me and Marco. And after the event that we have created and presented, um, we had an amazing internship and also a job opportunity from a company in our country.
So before we continue, there is two questions. So the first one, what are the benefits of becoming an MLSA? So basically, this is what we will talk about in this slide. So we will come into that one. And the other question is, will these slides be available? Um, so we will try to um, make the slides available. We will take a look at that after the event. We will try to see
Also,
if
we have
I,
the whole event streamed live on YouTube
yeah.
and on LinkedIn. So after the session ends, you would have the video on YouTube with all of us three speakers, and you can also use the slides in that way. But if you want, you would also have the presentation available too.
Yeah, we will try to see if we can make it available.
Yeah, exactly.
So the benefits. So as being a Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador program, there is some really great benefits, but that shouldn't be the reason why you're doing it. The reason why you should join the program is because you would like to connect with like-minded, but also grow your technical and soft skills. Um, Before I joined the program, I couldn't even imagine organizing an event or speak in front of a lot of other people. Um, but again, some of those skills some people acquire during the time in the program. But we cannot um, come around not talking about the benefits when we're talking about the program. So the benefits um, are available during the program. So this means that some of the benefits is some you will unlock when you advance the milestones in the program. So to name a few, there is the Visual Studio subscription, where you can activate Azure credits, and then there is the beta swag box, the gold swag box, um, which you will receive at the beta milestone and the gold milestone as well. As you can see in the below picture here, there is the beta swag box that Boyan received, and to the right there is the gold swag box that I have received when I advanced to gold. And lastly, of course, there is some special events and activities you can attend as a Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador. Um, and in order to give you guys an idea about where the different benefits are placed in the milestone, you can see at the alpha milestone, you will receive the 150 monthly Azure credits. You will also receive the Visual Studio Enterprise subscription, LinkedIn Learning, and then a student ambassador mail address. In the beta milestone, you will of course receive all the alpha benefits, but you will also receive the beta swag box as I showed you earlier. And then you will receive event support, and you will get the opportunity to attend the mentorship program as well. If you get nominated by yourself, but also by others, after you have been in the program for a year, you can advance to the gold milestone. So this basically means you will unlock all the alpha and beta benefits, and then you will also have access to special events and speaking engagements, program leadership opportunities, participate in pilot programs. It could be that you get mentorship by an MVP. And lastly, when you graduate, you can or may be invited to the MVP program. So there is some really great benefits in the program. But again, as we mentioned earlier, it shouldn't be the reason why you're joining. There is a lot of great benefits other than those you can see in the picture here. So enough about the benefits. If there's other questions about the benefits, feel free to ask them. We are more than willing to answer those questions. Uh, but whenever you join the program, you will also see that there is some quarterly requirements that you have to fulfill. So this means that every 3 months you have to complete either a pathway or a milestone activity. And the first one is a pathway activity, as I've mentioned earlier in the session, and that is the community influencer, where you have to drive engagements towards your contributor ID. The other one is the community builder, as Marco mentioned, where you have to host cloud skills challenges. The last pathway activity is the startup advocate, where you have to drive startups towards Microsoft Founders Hub. And the last two is milestone activities. So basically, those two are someone you can use in order to advance to beta. The first one is the AI projects, where you have to participate in projects together with a group, where you have to build a project and demonstrate it on demo day as well. Lastly, there is the approved event option, which is basically my favorite. You have to host an event for your local community, and that means you have to talk about Microsoft technology for about 20 minutes in order to get an approved event. So there is a lot of different things that you can do in order to stay in the program. But yeah, my favorite is definitely hosting an approved event, but also it also helped me grow my soft skills like speaking and event organizing as well. So what do you think, Boyan and Marco? What is your favorite?
Well, my personal favorite is definitely the one option which says host an approved event. So yeah, I would definitely agree with you, Nicholas, that this requirement is, I think, the best of all these here because in this way I can express myself way more clearly, and also I can explain to other community members of some skill that I have learned either through Microsoft Learn or LinkedIn Learning, for example. For me, that is like an honor to present in front of a public, which is full of people from Microsoft communities, but also it could be your friends or maybe some fellows who are interested in technology. So this is an opportunity for every one of you. And just like me and Marco did this last year, you can host these events wherever you like. You can ask for support from universities or maybe some local IT communities that you have in your country. So it's really a choice. It's your choice of how you can what if you how you can organize these events and how you can host them. But also, I would recommend you to try out these other pathway activities, such as the AI projects. It's a very cool thing to do because you will be working in a group and you will be presenting that AI project on demo day, which is also um, a special day in which you present the project that you have made before in front of the Microsoft community.
I would also agree with you guys because I love engaging with the attendees and sharing knowledge live because it's the best way of expressing myself. And yeah, I also love working on my public speaking abilities. It's something in my New Year's resolution, so it's the most fun thing for me to do. And yeah, let's move on, and I want to give all you guys a short recap for today. I believe I'm speaking for all three of us when I say thank you so much for joining us today. We had an amazing session exploring Microsoft Learn Student Ambassadors, a fantastic community where students can learn, lead, and inspire others through technology. We discussed the benefits of joining MLSA, the requirements to get started, and tips to make your journey a lot smoother. I'm really excited to see many of you interested in joining MLSA, and I can't wait to engage with all the new members who will become part of this incredible journey. For me, MLSA has been a game changer, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it will help you guys grow both personally and professionally. Thank you once again, and I can't wait to connect with all the new faces joining us on this journey. Also, a side note, mark your calendars for October the 10th, where our colleague Boyan will talk about Azure and GitHub and will share knowledge and talk about a project he has made. So it will be a lot of fun, and we will learn a lot, all of us. Thank you guys, and if you have any questions, we're here for you.
Yeah, so I think we will take the next few minutes for questions. So please let us know if you have any questions in the comments.
And also for the next event that Marco has just announced, the full heading of the event will be published very shortly, so you will be informed about the content of the session and what we'll be doing on that one. So what I can guarantee from now is that it will be an amazing session where you can all learn, have fun, and also see some real projects that you can make while being parts of a Microsoft community, just like MLSA. So if you have any questions, also you're free to ask.
So we have one question asking about how to apply. So basically, if you wasn't there at the beginning, you can log in at mvp.microsoft.com, and in that site you can send an application, and then you will be invited to the Discord group. And then Boyan got into details about how to complete the requirements in order to join the program. It will.
If you have missed the session, this will be also available on YouTube, so you can
Yeah.
also watch exactly how you can apply for the MLSA community. But just in short, so basically, you, as Nicholas said, you would need to go to the MVP.com site or MLSA. That's an official Microsoft site in which you would just need to register with your Microsoft Learn account, and then you can just fill out the requirements needed. So there's in this session, they're explained very well. And after that, you would be invited to join a Discord group where you would need to finish some requirements. So it's not that hard. It just needs a bit of a will of your side, and you'll be a student ambassador in no time.
Yeah, there is. Boyan explained it really great earlier in the session, so the recording is available on YouTube. So should we wait 1 to 2 minutes more, and then send your questions, and otherwise we will wish everyone a very great day. How is the weather on vacation, Boyan? While we wait on some
Excellent.
questions.
Yeah, excellent. Today it was a bit, I would say rainy, but I think it will get better.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's my pleasure to join you together from from Italy and to be a part of this amazing session that we have hosted today. So yeah, Microsoft doesn't recognize vacations, I suppose. But it was a pleasure for me to be a part of this.
It's
It
great for
was
you to
our
be here.
pleasure too.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
yeah, thank you to everyone that were present, and see you on the next event, guys.
yeah. Have a great evening, everyone.
Bye, guys.